Hello dear students, I am Dr. Pratap Naikwade. Welcome to your favorite channel, PVN Science Study.
Hello dear students, welcome to the second part of reproduction of Cycas. In first part, we have completed methods of reproduction in Cycas as well as male reproductive structures. Now, in the second part, we will study Megasporophyll, ovule, development of female gametophyte, pollination, fertilization process, embryogeny and seed of Cycas one by one. So this is the figure which shows Megasporophyll of Cycas. In female Cycas plant, female cone is absent. Here the female reproductive organs, they are in the form of the Megasporophylls. So these are the Megasporophylls of different species of the Cycas. This is the Megasporophyll of Cycas circinilis. This is the Megasporophyll of Cycas rumphi, and this is of Cycas bedomia. Many Megasporophylls, they are present around the apex of the monopodial trunk on the female plant, above each crown of the foliage as well as the scaly leaf. Here the Megasporophylls, they are produced in large number and they appear like a rosette. This Megasporophyll, it is considered as modification of the foliage leaf and it can reach up to 20 cm or more in length. The Megasporophyll is divided into three parts. So this is the upper leafy portion. Next to that, it is middle ovule bearing portion, and at the base we can see the stalk portion. The ovules, they are formed on the lateral side of the middle portion. The structure of leafy portion as well as the number of ovules which are produced on the Cycas Megasporophyll, they vary depending upon species. The number of ovules produced on Megasporophyll vary from 2 to 12 in different species. As well as the ovules which are produced at younger stage, they are green in color, but after maturity they turn into orange or red color. Now we will study the ovule of Cycas. This is the vertical section of Cycas ovule. The ovule in Cycas, it is orthotropous type of ovule. So what is orthotropous? Orthotropous type of the ovule contains the micropylar as well as middle nucellus and the basal chalaza in a single line, and so therefore it is known as orthotropous type of the ovule. Then it is also described as unitegmic because here only one single integument is present. The single integument, it is very thick and it covers the ovule from all the sides as we can see here, except a mouth like opening, and it is called as micropyle. The single integument present here, it consists of three layers. The outer layer, it is fleshy in nature and green or orange in color. Next to that, it is middle stony layer and it is yellow in color, and next to that it is the inner fleshy layer. The nucellus is the nutritive tissue which is present in the middle portion. This nucellus develop nucellar beak in the micropylar region and it is going to be developed into the pollen chamber. The name given to this as pollen chamber because here the pollen grains, they are deposited during the process of fertilization. In the center of the ovule, female gametophyte is present in which archigonal chamber develops just below the pollen chamber. So this is the archigonal chamber, and to this archigonal chamber, two archigonia are present. Now we will study the development of female gametophyte in case of the Cycas. So this is the ovule of Cycas, in which we can see the central part, that is the nucellar region. In this nucellus region, the nucleus of one cell enlarges. The cytoplasmic content becomes dense. Now this cell represents the megaspore mother cell. This megaspore mother cell undergo reduction division or meiosis to form 4 haploid megaspores arranged in a linear tetrad as we can see here. Out of these 4 megaspores, the upper 3 present towards the micropylar end, they degenerates, while the lowermost megaspore remains viable and it is functional, and now it will work as embryo sac cell. This is the first cell of female gametophyte. Now the female gametophyte is going to be developed into archegonia. Any cell enlarges in size and functions as the archegonial initial, which later on after repetitive division develop into the archegonium. In archegonium, the egg and the ventral canal nucleus remain surrounded by the cells of the endosperm. So this is all about the development of female gametophyte. Now we will study the pollination of Cycas. So this is the figure in which we can see the Megasporophyll. This is the ovule of Cycas, and here at the micropylar end of this ovule we can see the pollination drop, and to this pollination drop many pollen grains are attached. The pollination in case of the Cycas, it is known as the anemophilous type of the pollination, because here the pollen grains, they are transferred from the male plant towards the female plant by the agency of wind. The cells of the nucellar beak present at the pollen chamber, they disintegrate and form a viscous liquid. This viscous liquid, it is cohesive in nature. It oozes out from the micropylar end and collects the pollen grains in the form of a pollination drop. The pollen grains which are transferred here in pollination drop, they are three-celled in stage and they are entangled in the pollination drop. Now slowly pollen drops dries up and the pollen grains, they are stuck in the pollen chamber through the micropyle. More drying of this drop seals up the micropyle, and further entry of the pollen grains, it is restricted. So this is all about the pollination of Cycas. Now we will study the fertilization process of the Cycas. So this is the figure which is showing the fertilization process of Cycas. This is the micropyle. Then these are the three layers of the integument: the outer fleshy layer, the middle stony layer, and then the inner fleshy layer. As well as we can see here the pollen chamber, and this is the archegonial chamber in which two archegonia, they are attached. So for fertilization, the nucellar tissue between the pollen chamber and the archegonial chamber, they are disorganized, and simultaneously the ventral canal nucleus, it is also going to be disintegrate. Now the pollen tubes reaches the archegonial chamber. So here the pollen grains which are present in pollen chamber, they are transferred towards the archegonium by formation of a tube, and this tube, it is known as the pollen tube. The tip of the pollen tube ruptures, releasing two male gametes and the fluid contents. Due to this, the archegonial chamber becomes moist and the sperms move freely in it with the help of cilia. Only a single sperm enters violently in each archegonium through neck. Male nucleus of sperm fuses with egg nucleus, that is the female gamete, and a zygote or a oospore, it is formed. So the zygote, it is the first cell of the sporophytic generation. The fertilization in Cycas takes place with the help of the motile sperms, and so therefore it is known as the zoidogamy. Then the pollen grains, they are transferred by the pollen tube, that is the siphon, and so therefore it is also known as the siphonogamy. And as many sperms, they try to fuse with the female gamete, so it is also known as polyspermy. So this is all about the fertilization process in case of the Cycas. Now we will study Cycas embryogeny. The zygote or the oospore, which is the first cell of the sporophytic generation, is going to be enlarged in size. The zygote contains dense cytoplasm as well as the large nucleus. It enlarges in size and finally it develops into an embryo. The whole process requires nearly about 1 year duration, so it is very long duration process. The embryonal mass of the cells is called proembryo, which is meristematic in nature. The proembryo is differentiated into three zones: the upper historial zone at the micropylar end, the middle suspensor zone as we can see here, and the basal embryonal zone. The basal embryonal zone is differentiated it into embryo. Several zygotes may undergo initial development, but usually one embryo reaches to the maturity. Now we will study the Cycas seed. So this is the diagram which shows the internal structure of the Cycas seed, and this is the diagram which shows the germination of seed. After fertilization, the ovule is transformed into seed. The Cycas seed, it is very large, it is ovoid in shape with a size of nearly about 2.5 to 5 cm. This seed, it is red to orange in color. Only one embryo is present in each mature seed. As we can observe here, two cotyledons they are present in the embryo. Embryo remains surrounded by the endosperm. So this is the endosperm. The endosperm store considerable quantity of food material for the growth of the embryo, and this seed it is protected by three layers. This is the outer fleshy layer, then next to that it is the middle stony layer, and next to that it is the inner fleshy layer. These seeds remain viable for not more than few months. Under suitable condition, when the water is available, the water it is absorbed by the seed, and then it is going to be developed into the sporophyte of the cycas. So when the seed is going to be germinate, first primary root is developed. Later on, first secondary leaf is produced. Now we can see here the development of the root as well as the plumule. Now it is going to be developed into the leaf with the sessinate venation, and later on the complete cycas plant is developed. So this is all about the cycas seed. Dear students, in next video we will study the life cycle of cycas as well as the systematic position of cycas. If you like the video, share with your friends as well as subscribe your favorite channel PVN Science Study. Thank you.